Hey there, my name is SMDBZX Productions, not gaming. I'll get used to saying that again. I'm that guy who died or something. I don't know. Um, so if you're looking for an explanation, basically, I started writing this while I was going to work, and then I quit that job because it was total BS. Yeah, after that, I was working on my gaming channel, my books so much, I really did not have time to you know work on this what if, and in fact it's actually pretty short for one of my what ifs, but I think it's been like over a month since I've uploaded a part of anything. So yeah, I made this part a little short just so you have something to work with. And yeah, that's it for the update. I start reading off the script now for this first voice line. Our story restarts at the start of the raiding game. I could go over the training arc, but there's nothing to really do. It doesn't really matter how much stronger Issei gets because he's a normal human and his DNA will just default to the natural strengths of whatever he transforms into. So, no reason to really go over the training arc, aside from maybe going over some aliens. Uh, but anyway, I mentioned in the last part, this technically, the rating game is not possible. But here in SMDBZX, we believe fun over logic. So even if this makes no sense, Um, you can go eat green eggs and ham, Sam I am, because we're doing the rating game, whether you're happy about it or not. Because if I don't, then I can't do the rest of the series. So, yeah, that's all I gotta. That's all I have to tell you now. Let's get right back into the story. Issei and the household arrive at the rating game. The plan is the same as in canon, because in the heat of the moment, it's the best plan they got, especially with the huge number advantage the enemy has. However, numbers isn't everything. They have the most powerful weapon in the universe, or, well, tool in the universe. Issei chooses Fast Track as he makes it into the gym with Konaka. As 2 against 1, he figures he can speed blitz them. While Konako goes and fights the other rook. Fast Track speed blitzes the pawns while landing the final blow on Riser's rook before my bad, she can land the final hit on Konako, the one that ripped her shirt. Yeah, she doesn't land that attack because Fast Track, well, is too fast, ironically enough. As Issei isn't as much of a perv in this, and Konako somewhat trusts him, she doesn't knock his lights out when he picks her up off her feet and runs out of the gym. As the blast from Riser's queen is launched, Fast Track gets Konako out of the way. They don't dodge the whole attack. However, they dodge the direct one. This means that they take damage from the blast radius, but they aren't eliminated. This allows Konako to fight with Kiba and Issei, making their battle a little easier. Konako ends up fighting Riser's last rook, as Issei fights the 2 cat twins, and Kiba fights the knight. If you know their names, you know, but I figured you weren't gonna remember all their names, and I wasn't either while reading through this. To fight the twins, Issei slaps his chest and turns into Big Chill. He freezes the twins over, and then turns intangible to help Konako by freezing the enemy rook. Konako breaks the ice of the 3, doing some heavy damage. Seeing how they might not fall for this trick again, Issei slaps his chest again, switching to Blitzwolfer, and fires a Sonic Howl. This is a lot of damage to the twins because they're Nekos and, well, cat girls have bigger perception to sound than humans do, or demons even. He then pins the 2 Nekos to the ground. He is a dog after all. I guess in this situation you could say he's the top dog. His arms are longer than theirs, which means that the twins can't fight back either way. Riser's third pawn comes in swinging her sword. Blitzwolfer fires off a sonic howl to knock her away, and smashes the two Nekos' heads together, throwing them at the sworded pawn. Again, I'm not calling them by their names because, well, you're not going to remember any of them, and I'm not going to either. I'm just hoping I'm saying this well enough. I had to write all this in my phone. As Kiba finishes off Riser's knights, he helps Koneko escape. Akeno is still taken out by the enemy queen, but Issei is able to escape into the forest. So, after being healed up by Asya, they all rest, regain their stamina, and some magic. Issei has enough energy for one more transformation, and he'll be able to hold it for a little bit since he's having some recharge time. But he won't be able to switch aliens, and he isn't sure how long he'll be able to transform. Everyone is fine in terms of injuries, but they're just a little tired. But Riser isn't going to wait for them to recover. You see, Riser was allowing Rias to come to him because he thought that's what they were going to do. However, since Issei had everyone fall back, they, well, had to change the plan. This wasn't part of Rias' plan. Riser sends in the rest of his pieces, including himself and his queen, and starts charging onto the Occult Research Club. I'm sorry for my English. It is 12:15 in the morning. As they approach, Issei pulls out the Omnitrix and cycles through aliens. He turned into Chroma Stone, who he named Stonehenge, to fight the Queen. The Queen has not seen anything like Chroma Stone before, and fires her most powerful blast. This is a mistake, as Chroma Stone is able to absorb the blast and fire it back with twice the amount of force. This is enough to knock her out, or at least unconscious, allowing Rias to finish him off. Chroma Stone started helping Kiba by firing lasers at the pawns. Whilst this is happening, Rias goes to fight Riser. Chroma Stone and Kiba take out the last of the pawns, but Kiba passes out from exhaustion and is eliminated due to this. The enemy Rook eliminates Koneko, but Chroma Stone is able to take her out too, as she's also tired. Issei gets a low battery warning from his Omnitrix, if that would be the technical term, and he looks for Riser and Rias. He sees an explosion, runs that way. He gets in the middle of the fight and absorbs a blast. While he isn't able to absorb the flames still have some type of magical essence, and he ends up absorbing that and blasting it back at Riser. While this is happening, Asya heals Rias. Chroma Stone starts firing multiple beams to start hurting Riser, and he's actually getting on the rope, as the fire won't affect Chroma Stone, and he absorbs the energy sections of Riser's attacks. However, as they're swapping hands and firing energy blasts, the Omnitrix's energy warning keeps getting faster and faster. Intervals of time between start decreasing before Issei times out. He trips as he did because he was going to punch out Riser's lights when he deformed, and faceplants the ground. Riser prepares to incinerate Issei, as he's humiliated him twice now. But just like in canon, Rias tells him to calm down. And thus, Riser, after Rias begs him not to disintegrate I'm not even going to restart this one. This is like my 4th attempt. Rias begs Riser to not incinerate Issei, and so they resign. And with that, with them losing the rating game, they call it a day. Or we are calling it a day. But I know this one is short, and I'm kind of stuttering, here. But not only do I not feel so good, it's 12:20 in the morning, and I figured you guys wanted something, right? I should let you know, though, the next part, if you stick around and watch it, might be the last. If I'm being honest, I'm not very excited to do the Holy Sword arc, as it's my least favorite arc, and at least from what I've seen of the DxD anime, and I'm not very motivated to do this series anymore. A lot of Ben's aliens are similar in the power level, and we're starting to get to a point where a lot of those aliens aren't really going to help very much. So the only way for me to use a variety of Omnitrix aliens is either to change their power level or introduce some type of gimmick to power up Issei's aliens. Whichever one I do, well, we'll have to see if I go into Season 2. So, thank you for watching, and I hope you have an amazing day. May the power protect you.